Bullet Club.
Hello and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time with us. This is Leanne Presents. I'm your host for this video, Leanne, and I'm joined as always by my partner, Alan, my husband. So welcome. As you've seen from the title card, we're here with our reactions to WWE's most recent premium live event, Bad Blood, which took place on Saturday, the 5th of October. I'm sorry. There you go. So as a break from tradition, if you've seen our videos before, we didn't do a predictions video. We just did a social media post outlining our predictions because life's really busy. But we are here with our reactions today.
We literally had zero time, so we figured we didn't not want to do something prediction.
Yeah. So we put an image up and sort of indicated who we were going for. So if you haven't seen that, take a look. It's on all our socials.
I can ping it in here somewhere.
Yeah, put it in. Nice. Also, as you know, if you've seen these videos before, these are spoiler heavy because we are reacting to the event. So if you're planning to watch it and haven't yet, watch Bad Blood before you watch this and then come back. And then you'll know what we're talking about. Look at that. So this event took place in Atlanta in the State Farm Arena. And it's the first Bad Blood for a long time.
I can't remember the last time Bad Blood was held, but the first Bad Blood was on in 1997.
So it's like an old tradition that's been revitalized.
There was more,
sort of.
but I can't remember the last one was.
No, they did them for a while, didn't they? But,
yes.
We opened the show with Samantha Irving singing "God Bless America," which is all right.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. I quite liked that they had like someone within the WWE family doing the singing rather than bringing in some random person that we don't know.
That's.
But still, as a non-American, it feels a bit like. Why are we here? This is fine. They're American. It's all good.
Okay, this is the fourth Bad Blood that happened.
Okay.
And the last one was in 2004.
Okay, so it's
20 years ago.
20 years.
So the first one was Bad Blood in Your House, October 5th, 1997. Which is literally, was that 27 days to the year? No, yes. To the day that sort of happened. Bad Blood 2 happened in 2003 in June 15th in Houston, Texas. Bad Blood 2004 happened June 13th, 2004 in Columbus, Ohio.
Nice.
Obviously then the one from last night.
And now we're here. So after the song, we end up with a video package of Cody and Triple H discussing this secret stakeout mission that they were doing. So Cody and someone called Metro Boomin, who's apparently a rapper or something.
He's a producer, wouldn't he?
They've been staking out the State Farm Arena for months and months in a car. I've seen various vignettes, but
I don't know why. What's happening that's so interesting in this arena? Where
there were some funny moments in this package, but it's completely pointless. I understand why there's a stakeout.
I feel that if you're going to do that, you have to have almost one new thing a month.
Yeah,
and they showed this back months ago.
Yeah.
You have to have one in June, one in July, one in August.
So build on it,
to build up on it, yeah, and then you have the combination. That's the whole point. Not just go, we're going to have this little one where they sat in the car and show that for 4 months.
Yeah, it was weird. Don't get it. Don't get the reason for it. There we go. And then we go to the hosts of Bad Blood, Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill.
Why?
I never know why they really do hosts for premium live events, aside from maybe a WrestleMania. But even then, they very rarely actually do anything, so what's the point? But they welcome everyone to Bad Blood and introduce the first match, which is Hell in a Cell with Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. An interesting one to start the show with.
Yep.
And I think it kind of maybe suffered from being the first match. There wasn't the build-up to it. There wasn't warm-up matches for the audience or for us, so it fell a bit flat in my view.
A bit.
I've
seen bits of paper that are more interesting.
You had an awful lot of pyro while the cell's being lowered as well.
Yeah.
Why can't you save your pyro for your stars instead? Or for victories rather than so much going off when nothing's happening apart from a cage is moving down.
But it's because the cage comes down so slowly and they haven't got nothing to play on the screen.
And they're bored.
That they have to entertain the fans somehow.
Let's do fire!
Oh! Fire! Yeah!
Oh, yeah. I mean, This was an okay match, but it didn't really need to be in a cell at all. They didn't.
They've never had outside interference. I don't see the point in the cell.
They only sort of interacted with the cell itself once or twice, just as they were thrown out of the ring. They'd impact on the cell.
This Hell in a Cell should have been the Bloodline and Cody and Roman.
Yeah,
because of the interference.
So this could have just been a street fight. So it was a bit of a down on that. You expect someone to try and climb up the cell or throw people into it, or people on the outside are trying to get in, something like that. But there was no reason for it to be there at all. It's a bit annoying, really. What else have you got? There's a lot of spanners. They used spanners a lot. They had his toolbox, which also got used to bust Drew McIntyre's head open, which that was a lot of blood.
Apparently that was hard way, and you required 16 staples to close it.
Yeah.
Nice one, Punk.
It didn't look good. It was a lot of blood very quickly. And we were like, could he have bladed? He was in the middle of the ring, but apparently he didn't.
A lot of the guys will keep the blade inside the wrist, in the wrist.
So they can do a little quick.
Yeah.
Oh, my head slice. But the spanners thing, it just seemed like you got a whole toolbox. I know it's like that's the tools that you use to assemble the ring, probably. So there's 6 spanners in there, but they didn't really do much else, which is a bit of a pain.
Yeah, and then you got the commentators going, "This is the most brutal thing I've ever seen. This is so brutal. This is so violent." Did they not watch All Out?
Yeah, this is a trouble. We've been spoiled for brutal by.
It's not even that. Did they not watch ECW?
Yeah.
Did they not watch 97's Bad Blood? Did they not watch 98's Hell in a Cell match with Mick Foley and Undertaker?
Mm-hmm. True.
And then it's like you got people like Jim Cornette, and I'm going to kind of, it's not a tangent, but it is, but Jim Cornette's like, oh, AEW so violent, blah, 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 and he hit him on a cinder block and double onion. And those who know, you know. And it's like he's kind of criticizing that, but I'm kind of curious where you're to this, because I bet you love this.
We'll see. You have to listen to
And it's like you had that hit with Drew McIntyre going to the hit Claymore, and he slammed spine first under the stairs.
He did, yes.
How is that any different from what happened with Swerve and Hangman?
It's still a corner.
It's not. It's
something that will not buckle.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, agreed.
So all the WWE marks who are ripping on AEW for being hardcore, and then go, "Oh, this is all brutality." No, you want. I mean, there was parts that were brutal, like this, like the chair shot, like the thing where he's slamming his back on the steps and then bringing out the bracelet bits and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, the story for this has been kind of extremely lackluster and pointless. And why was it a Hell in a Cell match? It made no sense.
Yeah, agreed.
And then with Swerve and Hangman in a cage, that actually made sense.
Yeah, it did. Because they needed it.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So you mentioned the bag of beads. So Drew has the bag, and
as soon as he pulled it out, I was like, "What's the bet? That's those little things you make bracelets with." And I was right. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Linking back to the bracelet that Drew broke, which is the whole catalyst, I suppose, in a way.
Yeah,
it symbolizes the catalyst of the whole feud.
Yeah.
But that sort of leads us to the ending.
Oh, the other thing that bugged me is always the referee trying to wipe everyone's faces all the time.
Only Drew's.
You know why?
Because he couldn't see?
No. Because it's a PG product and they can't use any clips with blood all over his face. That's why. There's no other reason why they would wipe the faces.
No.
If the wrestler can't see, he will do it himself.
So I was wondering if it was because they hadn't expected for Drew to get colour at that point, if he was genuinely checking to see if it was still bleeding kind of thing. But
maybe, but for me it's more a case of they can't use the photos. They'll black and white it anyway.
Yeah.
But even so, if you black and white it, you'll still see the darkness of where the blood is, and they won't be able to show that on Raw and SmackDown because it's PG, pal.
That's the problem. Oh, I got something wrong. So Drew McIntyre goes to hit a Claymore. Punk moves, and that's where Drew ends up
the stairs with
going
his spine
first into the steps, which are in the ring.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing. So while Drew is lying there, not being able to do anything, CM Punk wraps a chain around his knee.
Yeah.
He then grabs a handful of these beads off the floor and stuffs them into Drew's mouth and hits him with a go to sleep.
Yeah.
With the chained knee.
Which he stole from Kenta, by the way.
I think we've covered that before.
Probably. I'm still going to point him.
The disappointing thing, well, one of the disappointing things, is that when Drew took the GTS, he didn't spit beads out. So whether they didn't manage to get enough in his mouth for it to work, or if he accidentally swallowed them or something.
See, I've always got these vivid memories of people where Austin would have a beer salute with them, and they would drink, and then he would kick, stunner, and as they come down and back up,
fountain.
And that's such a great vision. I think that with these beads would have been incredible.
So yeah, that CM Punk pins Drew and wins the match.
Yawn.
And then he really, really milks his exit. He like starts walking out and then falls on the floor, and he's got minutes coming out with oxygen. He tries to get up and is helped along. And then
do you know what that was
over
reminiscent
again.
of to me? MJF.
Yeah.
Remember that match he had with Will Ospreay, and he had the guys coming in with oxygen?
True.
Easy win. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of with the oxygen in the face. But he says about, I need to phone my wife or something, and it's like, is this just pandering? Is this placating to the crowd? Is this just playing into the Hell in a Cell match? Or has Brittle Phil got another injury?
Maybe. In my head, he's milking it and just trying to make it look more brutal than it was, but it could be something genuine. Like the Drew's head injury was something genuine in the end.
Yeah,
you
16
really know.
staples. Thanks, Punk.
Prick. I mean, this match, it was okay. It had some moments that I did enjoy.
Quite hard in this one.
There were a lot of moments where I was like, meh.
They didn't even use the bloody cage.
And yes, that's the main thing for me, is there was absolutely no reason for it to be a Hell in a Cell match.
Nope.
So which takes it down in the estimation a bit. It was a street fight.
In terms of predictions, Leanne predicted Drew McIntyre to win. I predicted CM Punk to win, so I got that one correct.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, some filler. There was a 2K24 ad where they're adding The Fiend in, which is pretty cool.
But it's more well, I don't know if The Fiend's already in it, because I will never pay for it. I've got it for free with Plus, but...
It's the outfit that was being designed before he passed, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So it hasn't actually been shown for real.
So if anyone hasn't seen that, the Bray Wyatt documentary, highly recommend watch. I know we've plugged that before. That is one of the best things they've ever put out. That was such a great documentary.
Yeah, and now if you want to see the outfit, you can get 2K24. Forget that bit.
Well, in 2 weeks you can. The 16th, But if it's on PlayStation Plus, if you're a PlayStation Plus member for the month of October 2024, WWE2K24 is free for the month for PlayStation Plus.
Don't spend your money on it.
No, don't, because they're going to cancel it in about a year's time and just turn everything off
bring out the new one, anyway. Then we had an ad for WrestleMania, and then, shock horror, we actually see the hosts again.
But
they've changed outfit. They were originally wearing red, I guess, because of the blood stuff, and now they're all in blue.
My thought would be SmackDown and Raw,
yeah,
which works for Jade and Bianca, but not for Naomi because she ain't a tag champ. She can't go on all brands.
They've changed outfits.
She had flashing earrings. Awful.
Yeah, terrible. And they're in like a party box thing, you know, the
VIP
fancy VIP boxes.
I think they call it. Yeah.
And there's apparently loads of famous people in there.
It's a bunch of rappers and
and DDP's there.
DDP, cool. X-Pac was there. Yeah. Jey Uso was there.
And they're all chatting away, not watching the show and eating snacks. Sounds good to me.
When CM Punk was on, what do you expect?
Fair. And then we go on to our next match, which is for the WWE Women's Championship. I got that right. It's Nia Jax versus Bayley. It was okay. It was fine. This is okay. I mean, it was some interesting moments.
There was a lot of sloppy moments.
There were sloppy moments.
And I'm going to say, and I've said it before, but it was Nia Jax maybe trying to do things that she probably shouldn't be trying to do, like a Hurricane Rana.
Yeah, it was like she sort of tried to counter a move Bayley was doing, turn it into a Hurricane Rana.
Awful.
But I don't think she had the momentum, so didn't quite get the turn. Her arm was kind of flopping loosely down the
But the problem is Bayley sold it as if she had, so then who looks worse, Bayley for selling or Nia for not doing it properly?
It's tricky, because I guess from Bayley's point of view, she doesn't know the move doesn't look right.
Yeah.
She still feels the impact, I guess.
Well, she feels that momentum that is there. Yeah.
So it's hard to tell. There was a fun moment. Is this near the end? I'm not even sure. No, it's not quite. Where Bayley's pinning Nia and Nia kicks out and launches Bayley over the ref.
Yeah.
And then the ref's like caught in the middle as they're fighting and then just gets like squished.
Yeah.
Completely squished by
Nia
Bayley
falling
kicks
on her or something and Nia just kind of flump.
Yeah, so that looked a bit
I think
painful.
it's probably one of the better ref bumps I've ever seen.
Yeah,
that was really good. Yeah. And she just kind of lying there on top of the ref.
But that does lead to Tiffany Stratton running out with the briefcase, but attacking Bayley with it. And then she goes over to the ref to try and revive the ref. Ref sort of wakes up and picks up the briefcase. Which
so she's kind of swung for Bayley and she's kind of let go at the same time. Yeah. She's kind of flown over to where the ref is close to.
And then from what we're looking at, I think Tiffy goes to get the briefcase back off the ref. But that's the moment Nia revives.
She does an Undertaker sit-up.
She did an
that
Undertaker
was awful.
And sees Tiffy and the ref with hands on this briefcase, so to her it looks like she's cashing in. So that leads to an argument, but it doesn't really do anything match-wise.
Nope.
But story-wise for them is quite an interesting development.
Yeah.
We've seen the paranoia and the suggestions that Tiffy might cash in on Nia, so it's keeping that going, which is I quite enjoy.
Yeah.
And then not long after that, we've got Bayley up on the turnbuckle. Tiffy distracts her by throwing the briefcase to her, so she catches it and then throws it back.
Was it to her or at her?
Well, if it was at her, Bayley caught it.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know the strap fell off at that point.
The strap fell off. And Bayley throws it back.
Yeah.
And that allows Nia to hit, I think, was it a Samoan drop?
Yeah, it was like off the top. Yeah, Samoan drop off the top.
And followed by the Annihilator, and Nia pins Bayley to win.
Regardless of the sloppy moments, Bayley is just showing her worth in this match in my mind.
Yeah.
It can't. I mean, this is going to sound bad, and Nia Jax we know isn't a great wrestler.
Yeah.
She's got a lot more bulk to her than most of the women, and Bayley did a really good job of it.
Yeah,
and it's just
some of the moves that she was pulling off, while it does sound bad, doesn't it? But while working with someone that's a different size from the other girls that she usually works with, it shows the versatility in everything.
Yeah, and it shows Bayley's worth. And like Hugger Bayley, I hated it. Role model is more well. The damage control was like, okay, this is great.
Yeah.
And then it kind of goes to role model, and despite the music, and it's kind of but I'm still enjoying it. And I think Bayley's really coming into her own, and she's really showing why she is one of the better women in the business. Yeah. She was the last to capture gold of the 4 horsewomen with Becky, Sasha, and Charlotte. And obviously Bayley. But I think she's going to be going up and up and up and up. And you don't necessarily need a title for it. You just need good storytelling, and that's Bayley's got that in droves, but it's obviously depends on what the agents are going to book for her. The story writers and all the writers' room are going to book for her. That's the problem with it now. It's going forward. Is where does Bayley go from here?
Exactly. I do think Nia is better than she used to be, and I do like that she is trying different moves, trying to pull different things off.
Yeah,
it might be just knowing limits and
stop trying to do her own Karanas, honestly.
Yeah, some things just. Get some more practice in, I guess. But things happen on the day. It might be that she practiced it and it went well and just didn't happen this time.
Maybe, I don't know.
But yeah, there's some more good moments in the match, but I did enjoy the storytelling aspect of it.
Yeah.
So it was fun. It's good. How's our predictions on that one?
I predicted Nia Jax to retain. You predicted Bayley to win, so I got that one correct.
More wishful thinking. Yeah, that's pretty much my predictions for this whole premium live event, but it's fine. A bit of filler. We had a SummerSlam ad. We have an NXT ad. And then we had Xavier Woods doing an ad for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which is a video game. And they showed there was like an event and people played it, and there was a car.
It's because they're sponsoring the next match.
Yeah, not into Dragon Ball, so
no,
not for me.
Dragon Ball's not one of the animes we like.
You know, it's fine.
One Piece, however,
very good. Yeah, that does lead us into the next match, which is sponsored by Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. This is Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. I really enjoyed this match.
Yeah.
It was really well paced and very engaging, which didn't have much competition so far. But
I don't remember if the build up with Finn Balor talking, the talking head Finn Balor that you mentioned, was that shown before? Because I don't remember this. I don't remember it, so I must have blanked that out. But I really love the storytelling with this. Like Finn blames Damian for costing him the championship at SummerSlam 2023.
Yes.
So he cost Damian the championship at 2024. It was a long burn. I really like the storytelling in this.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's that feud, and then the thought that Phil and Damian have Finn and Damian have been like best friends
and the
almost brothers. He's had this thing just festering in the back of his mind, just waiting for his moment to strike, and that's really cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it was just a pretty good wrestling match.
Yeah,
most of it just standard, what you'd expect and what you want from a wrestling match.
Yeah.
We did have some interference, as you'd expect from the rest of Judgment Day. Yeah. You have Carlito running out, and Damian Priest spots him and goes to try and be ready for the attack. But of course, JD McDonough comes out from behind and attacks him from behind, allowing Finn to get the upper hand because he had been very much dominated by Damian to that point. So it turns the tables a bit. There's more distraction further on where JD throws a chair to Finn to attack with, but Damian sees it and kicks the chair into Finn's face. Always fun. And that sort of leads us to the end. So unless you got anything else.
No, for me, this was the best match so far of the event.
Yeah, agreed.
And an incredible show by both guys.
Yeah.
Like, Finn Balor, we know, is one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Finn Balor, we know, is one of the best, and he always will be, and he's a phenomenal talent, whether he's
agreed.
the Demon or just normal Finn Balor, he's got it in droves, and he can do it. He's very versatile. Damian Priest, when he came in, I don't think they knew what to do with him.
No.
They teamed him up with The Miz, then they had him teamed on his own, and that kind of went by the wayside into Judgment Day, and he's really hitting his stride.
Yes.
I do feel bad for his title run that he had, even though it was like 4 months long. There wasn't much that they really did with him, and I'm still really quite salty about that. And I hope that the next run, much like Liv Morgan with her first title run, was a bit of a flop.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say Damian Priest is a flop, but it was just a bit lackluster. Yeah, it was lackluster. And I feel that his next one needs to literally hit the ground running. So when he gets this title once again, and he will hit the ground running, and he will sprint, and he will go far.
Definitely.
Damian Priest, as I've said before, I watched him for many years. Punishment Martinez, The Ring of Honor, Damian Priest in WWE, NXT. I think he's fantastic, and he's one of my favorites. You know, he really is. Yeah. And people, it's Undertaker from Wish. It's Temu Undertaker. Blah, blah, blah. No, it's not. Priest is his own thing. Any
of the Undertaker stuff, apart from maybe the choke slam.
It's the golfness thing of it, isn't it? Because you see, most people tend to see people who wear black clothing like heavy metal as all the same person.
So we're all Undertaker.
Yeah, apparently so. I mean, I'll take it.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah. So no, I like both these guys,
Definitely.
and it's as much as I don't want to see them feuding. When I do see them feuding, I know it's going to be a great match because they know each other so well, and they're just both great talents.
Definitely, they work so well with each other. So the finish, Finn Balor goes for the coup de grace.
The
Finn-ish. But Damian Priest catches him by the throat and hits South of Heaven, and then pins him to win.
Yeah.
So Damian Priest wins.
Yeah. In terms of predictions, you predicted Damian Priest.
Yay.
I predicted Damian Priest.
Yay.
We both got that one right.
Amazing.
I had a feeling that I think that if they'd had Finn win this, we would have taken that Terror Twins rise. It would have just sucked the wind out of the sails.
Yes.
And I think that would have been a bad move. So I know you said this was, when I talked about this, you were saying more this was this is what I want to see happen. It's like I don't think it's going to happen. And I was like, I'm voting with Damian.
Yeah.
Because I had a feeling he was going to win it. So.
Okay, you ready for some more filler? Because this is a big one.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, Survivor Series War Games ad.
Oh no! Yeah, I just remember it.
Random footage of people buying stuff at the superstore, which we can't go to because it's in literally one place, and the people in the arena can't go because they're in the arena. So I don't know why they're showing it. Anyway,
I guess it's to promote that they always do pop-up stores for PLEs.
Yeah, encouraging people to go.
Even though when they were in Cardiff, the store was ridiculously rammed. The queues were so long that nobody could get in.
You'd have to wait for 2 hours to get in the shop.
Yeah, screw that.
Anyway. They show Triple H and Gorilla. That's fine. They have some previews.
The CCO is here. Well, of course he is. He's running the damn shows. He's there every night.
You literally showed him entering at the start of the show also. It's fine. There's some previews for matches that are happening on Raw.
Oh, yes.
Which actually looks like some of the matches might be more interesting than the ones on the PLE.
Yeah, this Raw looks stacked.
But okay. They thank the music people who did the music for it, which is Future and Metro Boomin. So the guy in the stakeout and some other guy called Future. Great names. Then they thank sponsors.
Do you think they just flick through a dictionary and go, that one?
Future. Hemorrhoids.
That's it. I'm going to become a rapper and call myself Hemorrhoid.
Sounds good. Then they thank some sponsors, including Saucy Nugs, which just makes me laugh.
Yeah.
It just sounds
Wendy's.
dirty.
Wendy's Saucy Nugs.
It shouldn't sound dirty, but it does. And then Triple H comes out, so he leaves Gorilla.
What, he's gay? Stephanie's a
He has an announcement, a history-making announcement.
Yeah, this is...
So let me try and... Okay, so he comes out to the ring. There is a podium in the ring that's got crown jewel stuff on it, and there's a covered belt. And we're like, oh, what is this?
No, here we go again.
So what it is, at Crown Jewel, from this year onwards, annually, they will have a match where the world champion and the heavyweight champion will face each other, and the winner will be given the Crown Jewel Championship.
Awful.
The thing that confuses me is he said, so the world champion and the heavyweight champion, both women and the men, and then said about this belt, but
there's only one
belt. There's one belt.
I'm guessing there'll be two and they only had one done in time.
And there isn't a heavyweight women's champion. So I don't know quite.
Well,
how
no,
they
it
go
would be the
away.
women's world champion, the WWE women's champion.
Yeah, it'd be the two champions fight. Their own championships will not be on the line, but this fancy new one is, and they'll be crowned the 2024 what is it, Crown Jewel champion. The belt is super, super sparkly.
No, Karen.
Apparently it's got 50 carats worth of diamonds in it, and that just strikes me as really excessive. I had a bit of a moment to myself where I was just thinking there's people starving in the world and they're spending so much money on this belt. And it's it doesn't have to be. Yeah.
I knew there was another title belt
another
they did
Saudi
for Saudi
Arabia
Arabia.
belt.
Yeah, I knew it. I can't remember what it was for though. Sorry, it just pinged off my head. Go on.
They don't need 50 carats worth of diamonds on it.
Nope.
They just need I don't know, a couple of fake diamonds would do. It doesn't matter. Why are they spending so much money on it?
There we go.
I don't know. It's a thing. I know Saudi Arabia probably fund it and give them the money for it or design the belt themselves. But it just feels a bit odd. Do you want to do what you're saying before I get to the next bit, if you had something?
So my thought process when you mentioned that, I just pinged in my head is in Japan, there's the King of Pro Wrestling title, okay? And it's a yearly belt.
Right.
Okay, so on the first shows of the year in January in New Japan Pro Wrestling, there's qualifying matches, or a multi-person qualifying match. The last 4 men go to a fatal 4-way kind of thing. The winner of that holds the belt.
Okay.
Then that belt is defended throughout the year. So at the moment where we stand, I think it's Great O'Khan who still holds the title. So let's say Great O'Khan runs through to December 31st. Mm-hmm. He will be the King of Pro Wrestling champion for 2024.
Okay.
So regardless of who has it in the beginning of the year, whoever has the title at the end of the year,
they win the year,
is the King of Pro Wrestling for 2024.
I getcha.
It kind of reminds me of that.
Yes.
Then also,
apart from it sounds like it's only going to be defended once a year.
Once a year, yeah. That belt was for the Greatest Royal Rumble. Okay. The Greatest Royal Rumble winner.
They got that green belt.
Yeah. Oh wait a minute, hang on. Championship match. Bray Wyatt. I'm confused.
Who knows?
Tag team title elimination. No, that's not it. Title belt. Conclusion of the Greatest Royal Rumble. Braun Strowman is awarded the trophy and the Greatest Royal Rumble championship belt. Okay, so what date was this? Because this is going to be funny. April 27th. How many days have there been? How many days since April 27, 2018? Okay, right, hang on. I can't type apparently. So, 2,354 days. How many days was Roman Reigns champion for?
Not that many.
Braun Strowman is currently the longest reigning champion.
Well, there we go. There we go. Oh, okay. So Triple H announces this random thing.
The belt looks garish.
It was like they had the lighting just right, so it sparkled, and
it looked awful.
It's square. I don't know. That's bad. Gunther comes out, gets a mic, and he's sort of basically saying he's a shoe-in for getting this belt.
Yeah, it's going to be Cody versus Gunther.
Yeah, because they're not likely to lose their belts before then. And then
if Gunther loses to Sammy, I'm going to stop covering WWE.
And then Gunther says he wants to highlight some legends that are here, and he puts the spotlight on Goldberg in the crowd. He's like, "Yeah, it's Goldberg. Everyone give him a clap." And then he's saying, "But I want to clear something up. I said before that Goldberg was my idol as a child."
Did you just say Goldberg?
Yeah.
I think you said Goldberg.
Goldberg.
It sounded like you said Goldberg.
And he said, "That's not true. Goldberg isn't my idol, because why would I idolize someone who's a one-trick pony?" Everyone gasps. More insults. Goldberg climbs over the barrier from the crowd. I think Gunther insulted his son or something. But security, 60 security guys.
60.
They're all like, "No, stop!" And there's me.
Please don't.
What security firm has people that if someone big is trying to get in the ring, they're just all going to be crowded up 3 deep, going, "No!" It's a bit weird. But anyway, it's not my job to direct security. And then
it's not Adam Pearce's either, apparently.
And then Sami Zayn attacks Gunther from behind. Isn't Sami meant to be a face?
Yeah.
Why is he unprovoked attacking people from behind?
To prove he can beat up Gunther, I guess.
Do it in the ring. Do it in your match.
Well, he can't. That's the problem.
He can't. Well,
this is the only time he's going to beat up Gunther.
There lies the problem. It just felt like there was absolutely no point in doing that.
Yeah, no, it's stupid.
You can't be a face and be attacking people from behind unprovoked.
Nope.
Don't do it.
Agreed.
So yeah, and then Triple H raises Goldberg's hand for some reason.
But so the problem now is, right?
Yeah.
For this match to work,
Uh-huh.
it has to be a crown jewel because that's the next PLE, right? So we should be getting Gunther versus Goldberg a crown jewel because that's what they're teasing, right?
But Gunther needs to
face
go for
Cody
this
Rhodes.
fancy shiny belt.
So are they going to string this out until Survivor Series?
Oh gosh, you do.
Which is like 7 or 8 weeks away.
Bear with me. They never mention it again.
Oh, that'd be much better.
It just does nothing.
I never want to see Goldberg in a ring again.
No, I reckon because they had the spot with Gunther and Bret Hart, and he called out Goldberg in that sense that they felt like they had to wrap it up a bit.
I think if that was the case, they would have had Goldberg get in the ring and just jackhammer him or something.
True.
I get the feeling there's going to be more to this.
Maybe. Okay. Anyway, and then because this is also filler because it's not a match, we then go to a Royal Rumble ad. They do the Prime sponsorship rubbish, and then we go back to the party room. The hosts are in the same outfits. They haven't changed into a different color, so that's nice. And then there's this thing with that rapper guy. I can't remember. Metro. No. Yes, it was Metro.
Well, wasn't Metro the producer?
I don't know.
I think he said he was a producer.
Maybe. He's the one that was in the stakeout. And then Chelsea Green and Piper Niven come up, and then they're like, "Ooh, you smell," because they had the
dumpster match.
Chelsea Green was in the dumpster match and lost, so she apparently is going to smell forever. So she gets kicked out of the party because she stinks, but Piper Niven stays. So maybe that's the end of their friendship. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
Might not be mentioned again. Who knows?
To me, this smells like it's going to go Chelsea and Chelsea and Piper versus Bianca and Jade for the titles.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I don't know. Oh well, next match, I guess. We've got another match. Yay, some wrestling. This is for the...
What?
I know, right?
Well, hang on. Some wrestling on a wrestling show.
There's wrestling. So this is for the Women's World Championships. The other Women's Championship. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley with Dominic Mysterio in a shark cage.
So the one with Nia and Bayley would have been the WWE Women's title?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is the
Women's... I can't remember what you called it, so I know you sound confused. So
I sort of forget what I've written, and then I did scroll back up, but I have written it right.
Cool.
So yeah, Liv and Dom arrive in the lowrider, which apparently you can buy.
It's the little toy one, isn't it? It's the
it's the toy one.
Yeah. I mean,
does it go up and down?
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it's probably a little spring mechanism or something.
Good.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. I don't get lowriders. That's fine. We've got Ref Cam. We've had Ref Cam once before. I've just had a realization as well, so I need to remember something for later on.
Okay. Do you need to make a note of it? Do you need to make a note of it?
Let me just write something.
That,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So the Ref Cam's back. Yay. We'll see. Dominic's in the cage and is suddenly surprised that they're going to raise the cage up even though it's got chains on it.
Even though the commentators have been talking about it all along?
Yeah. So he's in the cage. He's got his ankle shackled. He's in a cage. He looks very scared. I think he does quite well at pulling off the looking really scared thing.
Yeah.
Even though I've never heard any mention of his fear of heights before.
No.
And the fear of small spaces is very recent as well. I don't know. It's fine.
I mean, we were talking about this. I don't know if that's classed as a small space because you can literally put your arm, your head, your legs all out of these bars.
But then you are still trapped.
To me, a small space would be like an air ventilation shaft where you're crawling through it and it's all contained.
Viewers with claustrophobia, let us know in the comments. Would you feel claustrophobic in a cage with wide bars? No judgment.
No. We're just curious.
Interested.
Yeah. We want to know who's got the right of it.
Yes. Because, I don't know. I didn't mind this match. It did feel a bit gimmicky.
Yes.
And sort of short.
But at least, the shark cage was merited. Unlike the Hell in the Cell.
Yes, the shark cage is merited because we know that Dominic would interfere and there would be problems. Overall, the wrestling in this match was good. Liv and Rhea are great. They work well together. They're very different sizes, but they're able to compensate. I think Liv is very used to wrestling women that are bigger than her.
She's a smaller frame. Yeah.
And she does it really well and makes use of her agility.
Yeah, and her size, and she uses that to her advantage.
Yeah, and Rhea, with her size and strength, is used to working with people slightly smaller than her a lot of the time and is really good at utilising that. So that bit was great. I think the gimmicky stuff was around the cage.
Yeah.
So I get why he was up there, it's fine. But then, like...
The toilet roll as well.
The toilet roll. You can buy Dominic Mysterio toilet roll for some reason.
They skirted so hard and going, you can clean your makeup off, you can wipe your tears away.
You can wipe your...
Or you can wipe your... And Corey was like, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, there was 4 things he said. There were 3 things before that one.
There was tears was one.
Tears, makeup, something else, and then... Yeah, it's just like, come on. Why would you use toilet paper to wipe off your makeup when there's makeup remover?
Yeah. So you've got Dominic trying to not stand up in this cage because he's scared of heights. So he's like crouched down and moving around, trying to encourage Liv while also preserving his own life. But at one point, the door opens because they didn't padlock it.
Oh, he must have picked the lock!
That's a health and safety problem.
They had a close-up shot of the bolt that was not padlocked.
Yeah, it was. It's like, how would he pick lock a thing when he's been cowering in the back of the cage this whole time? Anyway, so he like kicks this door open, and Liv is like on the ropes a bit, so he's like desperate to help, and he's leaning out of the cage. It's like, Liv, get up! And then he falls, and his ankle is shackled, so he's just dangling from his ankle. And I don't know how, even without being scared of heights, that would be a scary drop to do, right?
You'll be hanging upside down for however long it is that you're there.
And it's that stop as well when your ankle catches.
And it kind of makes sense well. So his fear of heights, I don't think he's got a legit fear of heights.
No.
But the sitting down on the cage. Otherwise, if you're standing in the cage and then you start leaning down and doing something, it's too obvious.
Yes.
Him being there on the floor, kind of carrying the back, he can kind of be doing this and nobody's going to notice it.
But they did have like a legit like shackle on his ankle. So I think it was by design.
Yeah, but I mean sort of having him there, it makes it less obvious.
Yeah.
Because he's falling. Oh wait, he's tied to the cage or shackled to the cage. It kind of made it less obvious that that's what he was doing, is shackling and screwing himself in.
Then he's dangling there, and he's got like this staff are out trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do, because they can't exactly help him unless they lower the cage. But they don't try and lower the cage.
No.
Fine, okay. Then we have our ref cam. The one moment they use the ref cam is for Rhea going into the ring, talking to the ref and saying, I'm really sorry, I got some unfinished business. I will be back to finish this in a minute.
Give me a minute, yeah.
And the ref says, you deserve that. And off she goes.
Stupid.
The commentators are saying that the ref's all twist. He's like, it's dishonest for allowing this to happen. I don't know, whatevs. So Rhea gets a kendo stick and Dom is a piñata. And he says, happy birthday me. And starts just whacking him. I don't know where the staff went.
Yeah.
They're gone.
And for thing, we did look this up. Rhea's birthday's in 5 days.
Yeah,
from today,
cool.
on the 11th.
So she's hitting a piñata. Fine. And then out comes Raquel Rodriguez, who we haven't seen for a long time.
Oh, she's still got a back.
She's still got a back.
Oh.
And her outfit was mostly revealing her front, so she's now got front.
She had stars over the
stars.
The breasticles.
And then it was mostly open there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, she's out. So her and Liv used to be tag team partners.
She used to be tag team champions.
So she's out. She attacks Rhea, drags her to the ring. The bell goes because there's interference. But after the bell rings, she puts Liv on Rhea as if to pin, but there's no ref, and also the bell's already around.
Yeah, that was janky. That was really janky. I don't understand why they did that.
What else? So yeah,
it's symbolic, Graves.
But yeah, I don't know. And then she carries Liv out. So Dom's got some competition.
And then she waves to Dom, and she's like,
hi. It just feels like me when I'm in an awkward situation and I have to say hi to someone. Like, so yeah, Rhea wins by DQ, but Liv retains.
In terms of predictions, whenever I'm thinking of matches, I'm always thinking, especially if it's a title match, is who's walking out with the belt. And that's legit the way I think about it. And then if I think something's going to go wrong, or like they're going to retain with disqualification, I'll be like, that's how I say it. So I picked Liv to retain the title.
And I picked Rhea to win the match.
So technically we both got this one right.
We both get a point.
Or we both got it wrong. I don't know. So it's...
We both get it. Either way, we even out.
Yeah, not that it's kind of, we do points for these ones, but it's.
So yeah, that was okay, but a bit gimmicky. Oh yeah, what can you do? Okay. Whew, filler.
Yeah.
There's a tease for something that's coming soon, which you're pretty sure is the Motor City Machine Guns. So some of the images are very much Detroit based.
They are 100% based in Detroit. Yeah.
So pretty cool.
And there's two guys walking around and they're driving a car made from Detroit. So
it's probably, but they're coming soon. So that's good.
Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley.
Nice. Then we have an ad for WWE live shows. Then there's an ad for Crown Jewel. And then what I found was pretty cool is they brought up a screen that showed the upcoming premium live events.
Yeah,
the next
that was cool.
5 events, and they're showing where they are.
No, it wasn't the next 5.
The next 5? Hang on. 1,
it was
2, 3,
no,
4,
no.
yeah.
It was Survivor Series. It was Saturday Night Main Event. It was Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam.
So there's ones in between.
Yeah. With
Okay.
this Elimination Chamber in February, you've got God knows what else going on in between.
Missed those ones.
Money in the Bank, etc.
The main.
So it's the ones that we already know the locations for.
Gotcha. That makes sense. It's pretty good though, because I always forget what's happening.
I mean, they might be the next 5 that we cover at this rate.
I know.
Apart from Saturday Night Main Event, because I don't know if we're going to cover that one.
It's too close to some of the
I
others.
literally felt that's a special one-off show that they used to do, and there's like used to
yeah.
make
Why is
PLE.
it
What?
PLE now? Anyway, okay. But now it's time for your favorite segment. It's time for Leanne Science of the PLE. Leanne Science of the PLE.
How secure are these?
Yet to be determined. I was
TBD.
disappointed with signs. Considering in the last few like Raws and I think SmackDowns, they've been really hyping up the signs and like actually focusing on some for part of the show. I thought we might get more signs, but we had very few. And the ones that were there were really hard to make out. I think some of the camera work, I don't know if they're deliberately making it hard to read signs, a bit weird. But the 2 that I've written down are all roads lead to Roman. It's okay. It's a bit of a pun because all roads lead to Rome. And
yeah, we got it.
It works. And one of the, I'm pretty sure I only got to read half of the sign, but it was such a callback. Walk with Elias. Wasn't that so fun? The Walk with Elias stuff.
Yeah.
It just made me remember, and it was good stuff. So only 2.
I think he's the only independent somewhere. But I don't know
Yeah.
where he's ended up.
I hope he's doing all right. It was good fun. So yeah, that's it. It was disappointing, but I guess if anyone knows the person or is the person who had either of those signs, let us know in the comments and we'll get you a little prize for winning the Science of the PLE. The Science of the PLE. Guess what?
It's time for the main event.
Should it have been the main event?
Wait for me when they start doing something.
Okay, this is Bloodline versus Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Ref cam again.
Whey, Borg's back.
Yeah, there's a ref cam.
Did they even use it in this match?
That's the thing I just wrote down. They did not use
so I
it.
thought.
They had ref cam, but they used it 0 times. Whether they use it for replays and stuff at a different time, I don't know, but there was no point. Maybe it didn't work. Entrances were weird. So Cody Rhodes of this random marching band that like appeared out of nowhere and did, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't a very good rendition of his music. Someone was off. Someone was off time. There were dancers as well that all seemed to be doing, well, 5 of them were doing the same thing and 1 was doing something different.
I've seen cats on like social media playing piano with their feet better than this.
Like they play the whole song and then there's silence and then the entrance music starts.
And
So
then it stops. And then it starts again.
It did a false start. And then they start playing over the track, which makes it sound even worse because it's even more out. And then Cody's entering amid all this chaos. And okay, but he had his skull mask thing on, which is pretty good.
No, it's
makes
awful.
his head look pretty big, but what else? Okay, so he gets to the ring. We've had all this chaos, and we're like, what is going on? Can we get to some wrestling? And then, out of nowhere, there's an orchestra lining the ramp. So
entranceway.
Lining the entranceway. And they are apparently playing Roman's entrance theme. But it's a bit weird because it sounds so close to the recording that I'm not convinced they were playing.
Yeah.
They might have been. If they were playing, they were real good because it sounded so much like...
I'm not convinced, yeah.
But I wonder if they had the track playing and they were meant to be like playing it over it, but weren't loud enough, maybe. And then so we didn't hear it. Because I think the female vocalist you could catch out sometimes.
The drummers were definitely going for it right at the beginning, especially.
Yes, the drummers at the beginning were good. But yeah, so that extends the entrance even longer.
Just those 2 entrances were at least 10 minutes, right?
It's so long. Oh my goodness. And then we actually do get to the match, and it's
And then for the first 10
Oh.
minutes, next to nothing happens.
Yeah, there's face-offs and then tagging out and then face-off again and then another tag out and it's so slow.
Somebody remind me where this is the main event again?
There's a whole match. The pacing was really slow the whole way through. There were some moments that were like a little bit faster, but they were so few and far between that it's like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Why am I here? These are
Please be
good
over.
wrestlers. Why is it so slow? I don't understand. Maybe it should be shorter if it's going to be that slow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've likened this before, and the fact that they do run long sometimes. Like, going back to mid-90s, okay? In Your House was a thing, so it was house shows with the more glorified. It's a 2-hour kind of pay-per-view event. They would generally have 5 matches on them, and they would run for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
How many matches has this PLE had, Leanne?
5.
How long is the PLE, Leanne?
3.5.
It's almost double.
Yeah.
What?
It's so long. I know they had the announcement thing, which took a while because there was stuff going on.
Why wasn't that done on SmackDown? Why wasn't it done on Raw? Why wasn't it done at a press conference or a special event like the Vegas one for WrestleMania?
No, the weird thing is matches that were on SmackDown previous were probably pay-per-view premium live event level, at least like in setup.
Yeah, that tag team ladder match is great. Yeah.
Why wasn't that
the
on
matches
it?
coming on Raw look to be much better. Jey Uso versus Xavier Woods. Gunther defending against Sami Zayn. And you've got Sheamus versus Pete Dunne.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they
anyway, at some time in the slog, we've got, is it Tama Tonga and
slog.
Tonga Loa?
I love it, yeah.
The names
you know what?
changed.
Screw it. Call them GOD. Call them Gorillas of
GOD.
Destiny. I don't care what WWE thinks anymore. They're GOD.
They come down to ringside to distract. It works a bit, and until...
Okay, this is one of the best things I felt in the match, right? So...
Yeah. Sorry, this is right at the end.
yeah. So, I mean, it's fun because next to nothing, well, you got the Cody jump thing, and he gives Roman the salute. Jumps. Oh, great. Yeah, awesome.
Table.
So you've got Solo's just hit a spike on Roman.
Yeah.
And he's stopped, and he's got up, and he's turned to face Tama and Tonga, the Girls of Destiny on the outside. But there's someone in between them, behind them, that they can't see with the balaclava with the hood over. And I'm just like, the hell is that?
Who?
And I'm like, is that Hikuleo? No, it can't be. It's too short for Hikuleo. And then he starts super kicking. I'm like, it's Jey Uso. He takes off the hood. It's Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy Uso's back.
Like that visual though of Tama and Tonga, and then Jimmy just standing in the middle there. That was a fantastic visual. I thought that was really good camera work, and that was really well done.
Yeah, so he takes them out. He's got a T-shirt that says "They Not the Ones," which is quite cool.
Which allows Roman then to, I think he hits a spear or a Superman punch.
He hits
one
a
of the
spear and pins Solo to win. So Roman is the winner. I guess we go to after the match.
In terms of predictions, we both predicted Roman and Cody to win.
Yes.
So we both got that one correct.
So after the match, you've got Jimmy and Roman unite and hug, and it's a lovely moment. And then Cody's in the corner with his championship. Roman turns around to look at him, and he's basically just looking at the championship. They have a bit of a face-off.
I think he does give a very slight kind of nod, very slight nod.
Acknowledgement.
Yeah.
And then Roman and Jimmy head up the ramp, at which Bloodline ambush Cody and start attacking him in the ring. Jimmy turns to Roman and basically tries to persuade him that they need to go
he's
and
like,
help.
come on, he helped you, you got his back. And Roman's like, it's a one and done. Yeah, but come on, he had you back.
Yet.
He had you back.
So Jimmy does manage to convince him. Roman and Jimmy go to the ring and manage to clear the Bloodline out.
Clean house.
Roman picks up the championship belt, does that moment where he's like looking at it. And then
you swear he's never seen it before the way he was holding it. He's like,
I could just keep it and then it would be mine.
It's mine. My precious.
But he does hand it back to Cody. They have a little moment. Cody raises the belt above his head. That's where it came from.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because he grabs the belt, doesn't he? And he said, "One ring to rule them all." And I'm like, what?
That must be what the reference is. So it was the commentators that said it, wasn't it?
Yeah. But that was when he was getting out the ring the first time.
Yeah, it didn't make much sense. Anyway, so as Cody's got his hand up with the belt, The Rock's music hits. Way.
And The Rock
stands at the top of the ramp, makes some weird hand gestures, and then leaves. He's got his own
belt.
The one that doesn't really mean anything, right?
The Rock must pose, pal.
And he does like 1, 2, then he does 3.
Yeah.
And then he did something else.
And then I think it just hits
like
the music hits. It's like a music
oh yeah,
cue.
that's like the cue for the music,
Yeah,
and then
like
he
one,
does
two, That's really I can't. One,
I know
two,
1, 2,
three.
and then he switches to the other fingers, or was it the other way around? 1,
No,
2.
it was 1, 2, 3.
I can't even.
That's quite difficult to work because with me, it'd be 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
not 1, 2, 3.
Why would he switch? I don't get it. But anyway, he does that and then walks off, and that's perfect. That's all we have.
Yeah.
But yeah, where was Refcat?
The final boss is back.
I don't know.
He's never the final boss.
If he was the final boss, he's done now, right? Bye. Bye. So yeah, I don't know. It was slow. It was long, and I don't think it should have been the main event. But clearly, it was so that The Rock could have the final moment.
The problem I've got with this, right, is that to me, The Rock is saying, "I want Cody. I want that title."
Yeah.
Okay. Can't do it at Crown Jewel.
No.
Because
Cody's got to face Gunther.
Okay. Then we had Gunther versus Goldberg build-up. We can't do that at Crown Jewel because
Gunther's got to face Cody.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
And I'm assuming that they're still going to do the War Games, Bloodline versus Bloodline,
Probably.
at Survivor Series, right? So you'd have, obviously, the 4 Bloodline members as they currently stand against Roman, Jimmy, probably Jay.
Uh-huh.
Is The Rock going to be in on this? Is Cody going to be in on this? Is Sami Zayn going to be in on this? Like, who's number 4?
It's gotten so muddled, isn't it?
You know? And then, if it's not The Rock, then okay, Cody can face The Rock at Survivor Series. Mm-hmm. But if The Rock is there, then are they going to string us out to Royal Rumble? But then The Rock's probably in the Rumble to gain the... And then if it's not Royal Rumble, are they going to do it at WrestleMania? It's like... Ugh. I like a long build, but when it's done right.
Yeah, it's gotten a
like
bit...
Damian and Finn.
Convoluted, I think.
A bit?
That's the word.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's that. That's the show.
Yeah, final thoughts. Overall, what did you think?
Was it a premium live event, really?
I've seen Raw's better than this. I've seen SmackDown's better than this.
It was mostly filler.
I've seen NXT pay-per-views better than this.
I feel like they only put this premium live event on so they could do the announcement of the Saudi Arabia belt.
Kind of felt like it, didn't it?
I don't know. It was, not my favourite.
I think I already know the answer to this one, but favourite match of the show?
Finn Balor, Damian Priest.
100% absolutely agree. And I went into this thinking that was going to be the best of the event. And yeah, that was
good
the best
wrestling,
match.
Good storytelling.
Absolutely.
Can't beat it.
2 of the best going forward. Priest is going to be running this company in a few years. You know, he's going to be the face of the company. It's much like Finn. You know, and he's obviously still tag team champ right now, and I think they need to be doing more with the tag belts. But yeah, that's
Friends to Enemies is a great storyline.
Worst match.
It's a bit tough because there
this
were
one's tougher.
Low points on quite a few of them.
There was one great match, one decent match, and 3 duds.
Yeah, and even the duds had some good moments in them. But I think.
Actually, say with the tag match, the my no was just slow as hell, but the last 5 minutes were decent.
Yeah, exactly. So it makes it quite difficult.
5 minutes out of what 35 ain't bad, I guess.
True. But I have gone for Bayley versus Nia Jax as my least favorite of this one.
Okay, why?
It's the clumsiness.
Yeah.
That kind of took it out of me, and it did feel a bit short. But yeah, that's it.
For me, it's the tag match.
Yeah.
Too slow. Way too slow. The entrances were pathetic.
Like so silly.
You burned 15 minutes just getting to the ring.
You did. I mean, it's not like everyone had a fancy entrance.
No.
One team got to the ring, no problem.
Yeah, the Bloodline were there to play a game. They weren't there to play games. They were there to take care of business.
The other team had 2 separate special entrances.
They had 2 separate orchestras coming in. I felt like it was back at the Royal Albert Hall. And like there's like I say, it was slow. It was plodding. It wasn't well paced. There was a point where Solo was trying to stop Cody at the tag. And Jacob's on the outside, and he was going to... You can see he's standing right behind Roman. He's going to pull him off the apron. And he literally grabs his leg.
And then it waits.
And it's about 10 seconds before he actually pulls him. I would have felt that. Roman would have felt that. Yep. If you feel someone on your leg, what are you going to do?
Kick it.
You're going to instead of kick it.
Or look at
What would have been better is if he turned around, kicked, dropped the double axe handle, and then Cody's gone,
yeah,
where's Roman?
I could do.
So then that kind of leads into the thing. Now, post-event, I haven't seen the video.
Okay.
I've seen the news headline. A heel turn happened after the actual event.
Did it?
Kevin Owens turns on Cody. Kevin Owens beat up Cody Rhodes after the event.
So he was definitely unhappy with Cody teaming with Roman. So So that's interesting
Yeah.
that it
So,
turned into that.
I don't know why or where that's come from. Obviously, I mean, where it's come from is people at the show itself, but I don't know. Obviously,
Would it be at the press conference?
No, it was during the show itself.
Oh, okay.
It was during the show because I saw the one screenshot I saw was by the entranceway.
Right.
So it was during
so been like after
they left the ring and whatnot. Yeah. So I'm assuming they would have probably still recorded it and they're going to show a little bit on SmackDown or something. But yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, so so that's that.
Yep.
What's next? What we got coming up next?
Well, next is AEW's
Wrestle Dream. Which
however, we're not able to cover because we will not be in the country.
Yes, so unfortunately that's fallen around the time we're away. So no predictions or reaction to that one, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, so the next event will be Crown Jewel
with the fancy shiny, extra shiny belt. Yay! And we already know one of the matches, I suppose.
Yeah, well, we know two of the matches.
Yeah, two of the matches. Although technically,
Gunther versus Cody.
If things change hands,
and Liv versus Nia Jax.
Yeah, that's probably most of the show. Cool. That'll be fun. It's always a fun event, the Saudi Arabia one.
Before we get to that, we hope you're enjoying our Spooktober season.
Spooktober.
We're having a lot of horror-related content because we are aware we haven't been able to do a Halloween horror film clash. So I'm currently in the midst of my Dead Space playthrough. You've been doing some other spooky games and stuff. We've got some spooky board games coming up. So look forward to that.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, take us away, Leanne.
Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you sticking with us so much. Please like the video if you liked it. Hit subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we drop new videos. Follow us on socials. Our link tree is in the description below, which will take you to Facebook, Instagram, and X. You can talk to us on our socials or in the comments below. Let us know your most and least favourite matches of this card. What match from SmackDown, the recent SmackDown, would you have liked to see on this Premium Live event if you had to pick one?
Triple threat ladder match.
Nice. Let us know what you think. Talk to us. We'd love to have conversations and chat with you. Thank you again for watching. Until next time, don't be slow when you can do stuff and actually wrestle.
Okay.
Bye!
Bullet Club.